Welcome, everyone, to today's special edition of Critical Role, where a number of us are going to be playing a fantastic game in the realm of Mordor, thanks to our fantastic sponsor for this event, WB Games. We're putting this together in celebration of the release of the upcoming game Shadow of War for Xbox and PlayStation, which all of us have worked on, actually, for an extended period of time. Let's see. Well, first off, Travis, who did you play in the game?
I played a commanding orc #1, and I just scream like this, and I will be chasing you as you try and make your way through the lands, and I escalate my ambitions through the war ranks. I just made that up.
That sounded
kill him immediately.
Yeah.
Laura, who did you play in the game?
I don't play an orc.
No. Who do you play?
I play Eltaria, also known as the Blade of Galadriel.
She's super bad.
I am a super cool, and I have like daggers, and I can kick a lot of butt.
It's a great little view of the character there.
Thanks.
Thank you for showing.
Just like a normal life.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I recorded it.
Perfect. Sam, what'd you do?
I played a character named Orc 4, who, among other things, hates humans,
Right.
enjoys grog, and is dumb.
How does he feel about elves?
Oh, I think he hates them.
Oh, okay.
I think he hates most things.
Okay, cool.
Not right.
Not a very affable.
No, he just hates. He's a hater. Really, they should spend more of the game talking about his wants and needs and his ambitions and likes in life.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no,
Does he hate the player or does he hate the game?
he hates both. He just hates a lot of stuff.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sam.
Sure.
Mr. Darin De Paul.
Hi, internet friends.
Hi. What'd you play in the game?
I am a massive Olog, but he became one of them became kind of notorious. Aslar the Demolisher. There were R.I.P. Aslar. There were tribute videos to Aslar. People played sad music when Aslar died. It was amazing. We are the big dumb thing, but he died from flames. And people were very upset, so they were playing tinkly music and going, "Rest in peace, Aslar. We hardly knew ye."
Flame death.
That was in the previous.
Yes. No, in this one. I was not in the previous. Oh. I wasn't here yet. I had not come to California yet. I was still in New York going, "Guy, really hope I get to do stuff like that. It's really
You're
fun."
Darren, and you're like, he was definitely an orc forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
It's a little over 4 years that I have been among the people that I admire most, and it makes my heart so happy.
Feels like too long.
Thank you. And we haven't even started. So
Perfect.
Buckle up, folks.
Glad you could join us, Darren.
Thank you.
And I play professional orc. Just gonna follow you around everywhere, trying to make sure that you're working it out. Where are you going there? Gonna cut your throat, bastard. I also get to play. I'm really excited about this. As a longtime Tolkien fan, the Witch King of Angmar had been out of school. As a person that grew up reading Tolkien fervently and spending 2.5 years playing a MUD based on Tolkien, and then the movies and everything. Huge honor and to be a part of this, let alone such an iconic character. So super excited. Super excited for this game. Now, those of you who haven't played the first game, Shadow of Mordor, what's wrong with you? It's legitimately a really fun game, and this one just kind of expands even more on how awesome that was. So super excited. Thank you so much, WB Games, for making this possible. And you guys can check out Shadow of War releases October 10th, which is right around the corner when this is airing, which is exciting. You can find it at shadowofwar.com/purchase. To go ahead and find out how to buy and pre-order it if you want to. And also, a mobile game should be out by now. Shadow War has a mobile game for both iOS and Android that you can get as well. So check that out. This whole game is a big celebration of the upcoming release of Shadow of War. Amazing. We're stoked to be in it, and we're stoked to have you here. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive into the world of Mordor, shall we? Actually, before we begin, because we haven't actually established here, do you guys want to talk about who you're playing in this game?
Oh gosh, I guess we should.
Yeah.
Sure.
Being that we don't even know, but we're figuring it out as we go. Should I start?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm playing. I am Skak Scar Artist, and I'm a goblin, a trickster. Very, very creepy.
Yeah, I'm a little goblin that's got a crossbow and a short sword, and I'm here to run amok and advance, my efforts against the horrible humans and elves of the lands of Mordor.
This could be my favorite day ever.
I'm already so invested in everything. Awesome, thank you, Travis. Laura.
Hi, my name is Baruch. I'm the Unbreakable because people have tried, but nobody was able to actually break me. I'm an Oleg high, so I'm kind of big, but I don't necessarily want to be a fighter. I'm just really good at it, because I'm unbreakable and all.
Yeah.
Thank you, Laura. Darin.
There's two things you have to know about me. My name is Mozu the Chosen, and that's it.
Nice.
Thank you, Darin.
That was too.
And Sam, who are you playing?
Hello.
Are you all right, mate?
Hello.
We got that far.
My name is Eden Goodfink, and I'm the Olog you want to see if you're hurt, because me is a Sawbones.
You're an Olog too?
I'm an Olog, so I'm rather big. But I'm also a Sawbones, which means if you have toothache or something, you come to me, I pull the tooth right out, probably half of your jaw too. If you got a broken bone, I pull the arm off. If you've got a rash, I pull your skin off. So really, I take care of all your medical needs. Somebody came to me with, they were having some stress dreams. I ripped their head off. Solved the problem right away.
Very outpatient.
Yeah. Usually most things can be solved without insurance. I'm just here to help anyone who gets injured, and also to kill some man-filth.
Perfect. So, players and audience, welcome to Mordor. Chosen as the base to Sauron's foothold in the Second Age, these broken, ashen lands to the southeast of Middle-earth lay guarded by towering mountain ranges, ever dark beneath storm clouds and volcanic smoke spewed from within the fiery depths of Orodrun, or Mount Doom. Here in the Third Age, the once-thought-destroyed Dark Lord regains his strength, grows his armies, and prepares for his vengeance on the world of man and elves. You, friends, are soldiers and warriors under this shadowed banner. Whether Uruk or Ologhai, you've been raised and trained in the savage pits and fields of these lands, given purpose amongst the ranks of Sauron's great army. Taught to slaughter, to devour, to outsmart and destroy all who would oppose his will, or be punished for your insolence. You relish the thought of sinking your blades into elf flesh, eager for the chance to prove yourself and rise among your fellow Uruk to command greater power, and the rewards that come with it, of course. However, such a path is not as easy as the daydream would lead you to believe. Now, you four have spent months stationed on the outskirts of the watch fortress of Nargothrond, on the eastern edge of the massive plateau of Gorgoroth, many miles southeast of Mount Doom. As part of the Marauder tribe, you've been sent on a few raids here and there, between here and the Sea of Nirnan, scrounging up what meager spoils are left when the bulk is brought to the feet of your war chief, BAFTA the Bloodpike.
Yeah, BAFTA.
While you both dislike and respect his greed, you've seen him carve every challenger to his position to pieces as a show of power. You hope to show him your worth and achieve greatness under his specific banner. At least that would help you with your limited access to quality meats or being sent out on aimless patrols that try your patience. Maybe one day. For now, you sit amongst the rowdy riffraff at the common tables in the fort courtyard, drinking from watered-down grog as you all celebrate a fairly unimpressive crushing of a not-too-far-away ghoul mound. You four have bonded out of a need for allies. For boredom here leads to violence, and it's good to have friends when the brawls begin. The late afternoon sees fading off what specter of sunlight ever finds itself in Mordor, and the smell of burnt meats and blood fills the air. So, welcome. You hear the clinking of glasses and partially cracked mugs. Nearby, the cheers and rowdy screams and yells of various half-drunken Uruk in your vicinity. You see two guys in the back far corner. They're in the middle of a fist fight with a small crowd gathering, but it's too measly for your attention. You all just sit here staring into your cups, contemplating your existence.
Oh. Oh.
What's the matter, Skek?
I'm just bored. That's all.
Do you want to go with me to kill something? Will that break your boredom?
Is that an option? We could do that now.
Well, those two fellas having the fist fight, we could go kill one of them.
Ooh.
I think it's Ra versus Oog over there.
No, I think it's Oog, and it's actually Oopsa.
You could be right.
Yeah, you get them easily confused.
Yeah.
They look a lot alike.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
All the Orcs do.
Is that what you really want? You just want to fight and bleed for nothing? Or do we want gold? Ooh. Ain't that what we're after?
I like gold.
Of course you like gold. We all like gold.
Yeah.
And I say, we find it while they're fighting and they're dying for nothing. We make our way up and we rule this world, eh?
But I thought BAFTA ruled this world.
There's two things you have to know about BAFTA. One, he thinks he rules, and that's it.
He keeps doing this with the two things.
What?
Nothing. I'm a fan of gold as well.
Well said, my friend.
Yeah.
You see this golden helmet that I stole?
Is that gold?
Of course it's gold. Don't mind the man-filth head on the pike on the helmet.
That's a nice touch.
That's just ornamentation. But you know what you aren't? You aren't the head of man-filth on my helmet. You're alive. And while we're alive, we make a difference, eh?
Yeah, it's true.
It's that exact moment that a heavy nudge slaps into the back of Mozu as you watch a familiar, lanky, nasty-looking Uruk with large broken teeth and a wiry physicality slamming into him, his large cup of kind of thick, brackish grog spilling over and across your shoulders. He spins around to stare down at you, Mozu. You recognize this as Hoshgrish Bootlick.
Hoshgrish?
Hoshgrish Bootlick. He turns around. What are you doing, bumping me drink, Lob?
It's Hoshgrish. He's such a bully.
Come here. Come closer, Hoshgrish.
Oh, I'll do just fine right here. Will you go ahead and refill me drink? And he puts his cup right on the table in front of you.
Skak, refill his drink while I have a little word with Hoshgrish.
Not a problem. Could you hand me? It's high up there, right?
You're ruining the moment, Skak.
I've got it.
What's your problem, mate? We're just sitting here having a little discussion. You wander up drunkenly, you bump into me. At least you didn't get wine on the helmet. And now you're looking for trouble? Is that what you're looking for? Hoshgrish, lick.
As he wipes the bit of spittle from the bottom of his pointed, jagged chin, he looks down at you with this sly grin, his overbite curling back as it exposes with the smile. You obviously haven't seen the last one who bumped into me when I was drinking. So, you want to start a problem? Please, be my guest. He takes a few steps back and you watch as his hands go down to pull two jagged black blades from the side. He spins and tosses him in the air and catches him.
Hey, you mess with Mozu, you mess with me.
Well, look here, I don't have any sort of problem with you, friend or look. But you understand, I've had me drink disrespected. And I'll take a hit for that.
Oh, his drink was disrespected, that's all it is.
Thank you.
Skak, you got that drink for him yet?
Was I supposed to do that?
Yes.
Yeah, hold on. One more second.
We'll refill your drink, friend. But no, they call me Mozu the Chosen because Sauron spoke to me. You know what he said? The strong take what they want.
The Dark Lord spoke to you.
I hate it.
What a load of srack. Puts his blades back in, like now disinterested, completely shut off from the conversation. Give me more drink.
Yeah, here you go.
Thank you. Mozu the Chosen. Turns around and starts just walking away.
Is that true?
Did he really talk
Does
to you?
Sauron really
Of
talk
course
to you?
it's true. Everything I say is true except the things that ain't, but that is true.
Because sometimes I hear voices, but then I turn around and it's just an orc talking to me that I didn't see.
Well, sometimes I'm talking to you, sometimes.
Yeah, but I didn't see you.
Yeah.
Turned
sometimes
around, you were
because your
there.
helmet blocks the view, you know.
Yeah, that's a problem with these.
Yeah, we all hear voices when people are talking in our general vicinity, but this was in my head. This is in my head, I heard it.
What's he sound like?
Well, scary,
Yeah.
large,
Yeah.
and it sounds like Sauron. It sounds like a Dark Lord.
You know what-
He sounds like someone who should be obeyed.
You know what it sounds like to me?
What?
A medical condition. I should probably get my axe, chop up your head, and see what's in there making that noise.
Wait, wait. There's
I
two
can just
things you
ride
should do with that axe. One, put it away, and that's it.
All right.
It's at that
He's
moment,
so good at math.
as this conversation is taking place, you hear this massive, echoing
Oh, Jesus.
explosion right over your shoulders as you see a flash of light and heat brighten the courtyard around you. Everyone in the vicinity looks up past. You can see one of the three large towers that sits in the courtyard of this fortress. The tower of War Chief BAFTA is currently in flames. His chamber being burned as the thatch and mud that comprises its exterior are beginning to burn. You can see now everyone's mobilizing around you, grabbing weapons, as a series of arrows come arcing in from over one of the walls. 3 or 4 nearby Uru go and just fall to the ground dead immediately.
I take a helmet off one and put it in my bag.
All right, what are you guys doing?
I take out my crossbow. Do I see any intruders?
Perception check, please.
Perception check.
Isn't that where BAFTA lives up there?
Yes.
And it's on fire.
12.
12, okay. You glance around rapidly and you see people running back and forth, and you can see guards along the wall, but the guards are firing inward. You see 3 or 4 Uruk up on the edge of the perimeter wall that are currently loading up their crossbows or short bows and are ready to fire another volley into the crowd currently drinking.
I don't understand. Those are Uruk. Why are they firing at us?
Because I need to die.
Let's go get him.
Yeah.
Let's go. I pick up my quarterstaff and start stomping towards the tower.
Ditto with my maul.
Alrighty. Do you follow as well?
I'll follow behind him.
Okay.
That's where good leaders go.
So as Moses is picking up the rear, you can see other goblins and Uruk rushing past. You see another volley get loose towards it. I need all of you to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
What do you get?
1.
I also got a 1.
Oh, do a great start. 10, all right.
14.
All right. Both Mozu and Arbaruk managed to...
You can call me Arby.
Arby. Mozu and Arby rushing forward. You managed to get behind Arby as the heavy plates of armor that surround your large troll-like form, the arrows just smash against. You two not so lucky. You both suffer 6 points of piercing damage as a series of bolts or arrows just stick into your chest and shoulders. You flex and tear them off as you rush forward towards the side of the tower before you now, the smoke billowing off the top of the inferno.
I step in front of Skek here just to try to block him from any more arrows coming. I'm a defender, you know.
Missiles. I'll do that next time.
Be on your game. Come on.
All right, so as you guys are rushing forward now, the crowd's swarming up behind you. You glance over to the right and you can see pouring out of the back side of this tower, 3 very brutish-looking Uruk with like bulging muscles. They have dark helmets on, and what seems to be this like faint glow in their eyes as they charge in and just start cleaving into nearby allies of yours that were just drinking out a moment ago.
Am I far enough away to pick one off with my crossbow?
Go for it. Make an attack.
Okay, crossbow 1d8.
I know what those are. This is cool, Matt.
Ooh, that's good. That is 11.
11.
No. 16.
That's not close at all.
I know, it was way off.
I'll consider that in character. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes. D8. Yes, okay. A 6, that's a 15.
And it's 15 damage?
1d8 plus 4. So, no, that's wrong. That's a 6. 6
All right.
damage.
It is currently in a scuffle with somebody, so you'll allow you to get sneak attack damage if you want to.
Oh, you're a roguey
Which
rogue.
is 3d6?
3d6, yeah.
Holy smokes.
He gets 3d6.
5, 6, 10, 11 total sneak attack.
All right, so on top of the 6, 17.
17.
So you watch as this one kind of orc grunt come rushing forward, takes its battle axe and jams it right into the clavicle of one of the nearby Uruk. Its weapon falls out of its hand as it looks up towards you with this flash in its eyes. The bolt goes straight into its throat and it begins to bleed out. Its black, dark ichor before it falls to the ground. It's not moving.
Nice job, Skak.
I run forward and try to do the same thing to another one.
Okay, I will actually ask you, the rest of you three, since you got the jump on it, the two other existing ones are now charging towards you to roll initiative real fast.
21.
Oh, shit. 18.
What do I add to my roll? 12.
Alrighty. So we have Uridin, we have Arby.
You can call me Eden.
You can call me Mosey the Chosen.
There we go.
There's only two things you need to call me. Mosey the Chosen.
That's it.
All right.
Would this be a theme?
Yes, it will.
So, Uridin, you're up first. There's two of these grunts that are rushing forward, both dual-handing battle axes, and they're charging in.
All right, I'll pick up my quarterstaff with 2 hands, and I will hit one of them.
Go for it.
The one on the left. Yeah. Ooh, not good. 11.
11. Nope. You swing and it ducks low, and it's going to go ahead and try and come up with an upward strike. Do you have another attack?
I have a second attack.
All right, attack again.
Yes. Ooh, this one is better. 26.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. So, 28 plus 4. I don't know how to do this. Okay, that's 8 points of damage.
Alrighty.
But let's do other things, too. I'm going to use my stunning strike, right?
All right, so you spend a key point to
I'm
stun
going to
him.
use a key point.
Alrighty.
Yes.
That is
14.
14. No, he gets an 11.
Okay, so
he is stunned. So
stunned.
So describe the stunning strike for me.
Okay, the stunning strike. So when I hit him, I knowing my medical knowledge that I have so well, I aim for the one place that I know hurts the most. The wang.
Would you like to act it out?
On you.
Oh, no, wait! I'm wearing a suit.
So I jab him right between the legs.
What's the Uruk term for that, by the way?
Oh, right in the gronk.
There we go.
right in the gronk. Sharply hit, nice and low.
It barely manages to maintain grip on the battle axe, but right now is just doubled over, knees knocked inward, in a bad place. Currently not able to sustain any sort of combat motive.
Take that, you globe.
There's no words.
Right.
All right, that end your turn?
I believe so.
All right.
Wait, a bonus. Can I do? I don't know how this guy works.
Does he stay stunned for like a turn?
You get one. You get a free bonus action strike if you want to with your fist.
A bonus action strike?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah.
All right, great. I will. If I hit a stunned person, does he become unstunned? No.
Well, sorry. That's the flurry of blows with your key point. If you wanted to spend another.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm done.
You're good.
Yeah.
All right.
But if you hit a guy that's stunned, does he become unstunned?
No. Awesome. But attacks against them have advantage. So.
Tight.
All right. So next up is Arby. Arby, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna run up and hit the guy that he just hit between the legs
Okay.
with my maul.
So he's like.
I like hit him
The
like
eyes
a
glance
bear.
up to meet yours just as you go for the giant kind of Golf swing.
That's a 15 to hit
You have advantage on the strike. Don't forget.
because he's stunned.
Yep.
That's a 19 to hit.
That hits. Go roll
No,
damage.
that's wrong. That was a 17 to hit.
That's okay.
Does it still hit?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
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 Okay, let's see.
Oh, and you can actually. Sorry. With the staff, you still can do a bonus action strike if you want to.
Oh, that's crazy.
'Cause
I
it's a-
already
it's
took
a- it's a
two
monk weapon.
hits.
Yeah, 2 hit, and then bonus action you can get a third.
Oh my gosh.
Or spend a key point, and then you get a fourth as well. So
Can I jab at the guy next to
Yeah,
next
sure.
to me? All right. Sorry, Laura. I'm
It's okay.
I'm interfering.
so damage.
12 on the first hit.
All right, so the guy who's stunned, as you come up, you knock him a good 15 feet in the air with an arc. And his like crumpled body lands on the large wooden spikes of the wall that you see some of the archers on above and just gets stuck on there, impaled.
That was artistic. Is there
Are
another
you the
guy?
scar artist?
No, that's me.
Oh, that's you.
I'm the scar
Oh, you're
artist.
the scar artist.
Do you have something else you have to do?
Oh, I was just jabbing the other guy.
All right, and what'd you roll for that?
I
one?
rolled a 23.
That hits. Go roll damage.
All right, yeah. Oh, yeah. Another 8 points.
Great. All right, and then you have
There's another guy I can hit.
same guy that he's attacking. So there are 2 more that weren't destroyed.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, that might not. 11.
11. Unfortunately, from hitting the first guy, it's already kind of telegraphed your next swing against the other, and he just sidesteps and passes by.
Because I wasn't looking at him, I was looking at the beauty on the spike over there.
Indeed. He's gonna go ahead and rush up to you with his battle axe and make a strike towards
No!
you, who destroyed his friend. That is gonna be a 18.
That is my armor class.
Okay, so he manages to hit you. So you suffer
low armor class.
11 points of slashing damage.
Oh no, I'm going to use my reaction to reduce the damage.
Okay, so you're using your Troll's Endurance?
Yeah, but can I only do that once?
Well, once per short rest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you better pick the time you want to use it.
Okay, I'm not going to do that just yet.
Okay, so you take 11 points of slashing damage as the battle axe comes down, slamming between 2 plates of armor and actually embedding itself somewhere near your torso.
If you want to. There's a quarter.
All right, Moser, your turn.
I think I'd like to use. There's one left, or two.
There's one left,
One
who's,
left.
who's been partially wounded, but
I think I'd like to use Bane and
okay.
hold him. That will stop him in his tracks, will it?
It may.
It may.
Such a thinker, this one.
Because I shout at him
Very cerebral.
in a very powerful way. I speak for Sauron.
What's the spell DC?
The spell DC 11.
Okay, no, a 9 minus 1, so that's an 8. So now basically, you can have the 3 creatures of your choice if you want to.
Oh.
Range is 30 feet though, so he'd be pretty close. He's the only one who can see. So basically, as you stare at him, he looks fearful for a moment, and you can see the hand shaking. And what's going to happen is you get to subtract 1d4 from any of his rolls.
Whoa!
All right, cool.
I am going to use the Troll's Endurance, because if it's one punch short rest, then it's okay, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Okay, so roll your d12 minus 2.
Woo! 8 plus 2, so he only take 1 point
Take
of damage.
1 point of slashing damage. You shrug it off. It goes through the plates of the armor and it hits the skin and gets just a minute in there and you just you flex your abs. Oh, they're so strong.
They are so strong.
Nice, Arby.
Thanks. This is why I'm unbreakable. This is why.
Yeah.
All right, is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. With that, another volley of crossbow bolts and arrows comes flying over. You can see like maybe a dozen or so flying from the wall. Other Uruk are now climbing to try and head these guys off in the distance. I need you all again to make another dexterity saving throw.
That was not real bad.
21.
6.
22.
All right. Both of you guys manage to dodge out of the way. However, both of you take 5 points of piercing damage as a bolt or arrow hits each of you in the shoulder or back.
Mine hit the back. Yours hit the shoulder.
Thanks.
Yeah.
There's 2 things you have to know with that arrow hit.
At this point, you guys are now at the base of the tower, and you hear another smaller explosion, muffled. More smoke's now billowing out the side. It's a rather large chamber that he lives in, and it looks like about half of it now is engulfed in flames. The side nearest to the entrance. So you guys are going to rush up the stairs to head up the side of the tower, or do you find another way around?
Are there any other ways around? Are there ladders? Are there
Climb the
ropes?
tower.
Did we defeat the one
that we held?
No, it's still standing there. So, what are you going to do? Are you just going to continue for that guy or keep moving?
Yeah, fuck that guy. Oh.
Then Eden, you're up first. Okay.
Oh. We're gonna beat this guy? I'm ignoring this guy. I'm gonna charge into the stairway.
Yeah, go up the tower. Go.
Okay, attack opportunity against you. That is a 15. What is your
Does
armor
he have
class?
to roll a -4?
He gets the minus D4 from him, yeah. So go ahead and roll D4.
Oh, D4. That is a 3.
All right, it's a 12.
He does not hit me.
The axe swings wide, woof, and you start darting up the steps. Up next would be Arby.
I'm gonna try to hit him.
Go for it.
What about me? I was the top of the round, right?
Oh, that's right. Oh, shit.
Oh, never mind.
You know, because I went first with the sneak attack.
It was your height. We overlooked you because you're the smallest of the group, apparently.
You're so little, sometimes we don't see.
You're a wee thing.
Can I run up and draw my short sword, 2 hands, and just try and stick it in?
Yeah, you can, actually. So you toss the crossbow over your shoulder and rush in, blade out. Make an attack. With advantage because he is currently...
19.
All right, go ahead and roll damage on that. The sneak attack.
Short sword, 1d6.
And I'm standing next to him.
Sneak attack, 5, 6, 10.
Sneak attack.
Yeah, because if somebody's within melee.
It's because we can't see him.
12 points of damage to his gut.
With that, as he's currently standing there, swinging wide, missing Eden as rushes past, he begins to give chase. At that point, his body just stiffens up as the blade just sinks right into the back of the spine. You drag it down through the shoulder blades, and as it brings his arms forward, it kind of opens the wound and crumbles to the ground, not moving.
A beautiful scar to add to my collection.
How many does this make?
It makes... Look, 30.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Come on, you shooks! Come with me up the stairs!
Wait a minute. Who's the leader of this group?
You are.
A BAFTA.
Of this group, of us 4.
Oh,
1, 2, 3.
Well, I was thinking I could lead.
Is a collective? Like,
Yes.
do we vote? Is it democracy?
This is a democracy in which I lead. Let's go up the stairs, as he said.
Okay.
Good.
All right, the rest of you catch up. You are faster than the rest, so you dart up towards the top of the stairs. Partway up the stairway, as you rush around the corner, you see an even more muscular orc standing there right before you. No helmet on, just fury and like this faint gray glow to the eyes, swinging wide with a giant 2-handed hammer. Goes swinging towards you.
Oh gosh.
And it's 2 attacks. But the first one, a natural 2 misses the first one.
Yeah.
And a natural 1 for the second one. Swings wide once and then swings a second time, and you put your foot out and trip him. As you do, he stumbles forward, and the hammer actually slams into the side of the tower and wedges itself into the stone as it's cracked and broken inward, and is currently just trying to pull its weapon out of the stonework.
Oh, that looks like a problem. I will solve it. I will attack it with my quarterstaff. 10 plus 7, ooh, 17.
17 hits?
Yes. All right, so that hit goes for, 12 points. And you said he looked stronger than the rest?
Yes.
I will use my flurry of blows.
Okay, so you get 3 more attacks on him.
3. I would like to flurry. 19 plus 7.
Oh, that hits. Go roll damage on that.
That's another 9 points of damage.
Alrighty.
20, natural 20.
Well flurried, friend.
All right. Just go and roll your dice. Double it.
1.
Well flurried.
So
but
2.
still.
Plus 2 plus 4, so that's 6. You don't
All right, 6 damage.
And then 1 more. 6 plus 7 is only a 13.
13. Just barely hits. Doesn't have a lot of armor on
8
him.
plus 4, another 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. So, how do you want to do this? You finish this guy off. So, with these 4 strikes, as he's currently trying to wrestle his weapon from the side of the tower, how do you finish him?
Like Zorro. I use my.
Who's that?
He was this glob that I killed in 2 towns over. He would always write a Z on his victims, but my name is Eden, so I'm gonna try to write an E.
Which, with an exposed muscular torso, it takes a lot of pressure to try and cut someone with a quarterstaff. However, you, thankfully, as an Olog High, are a very strong creature by nature, and in a horrible display, you break the skin and force an E across its body with your quarterstaff.
Like a lowercase E? Or...
Sure. With that, he looks down like at the E, and you just kind of push him off the edge of the stairs, and he tumbles. You hear like this kind of lower pitched Wilhelm scream.
Raiden, keep him alive. We need to question him.
He committed suicide,
as they all do when they see our might.
He was so scared of you, Mozu.
Oh yeah. There's two things people do when they're scared of me. Commit suicide. And that's it.
At which point you guys are now caught up to the back of Raiden, and you guys climb up the rest of the stairs. You can now look over the side of the walls, and you can see a number of the Uruk within this fortress have now overtaken a lot of the marauding, arriving traders that had begun to attack. And it seems like most of the uprisings being quelled. However, no one has gotten to the tower as quick as you.
Do the uprisers, the rebels, do they look different? Do they have anything
markings
different about them in their eyes?
Something about their eyes there.
Yeah, that other than the occasional like kind of flash in the eyes, nothing else seems to catch your attention. However, as you get to the top of the stairs around this tower, you're looking at the entrance. The door is like partially broken inward, and flames have completely wreathed the entrance to this chamber. It's really hot, and you immediately kind of recoil at the immediate blaze before you. How do you wish to proceed?
Is BAFTA in there?
That's where he slumbers.
And it's on fire?
Yeah, we should probably go in.
I don't like
If we
fire.
rescue him, we're heroes.
You hear a from behind the wall on the inside.
Yeah, we got
That's
to go in.
BAFTA, is that you?
Yes, tell us if it's you. If it's you, say, this is BAFTA, I'm on fire. If you're not on fire, say, just say whatever you like.
There's a brief pause before you hear again.
I don't know if that was BAFTA.
That was not following my directions. Therefore, I do not know if we should enter.
Maybe we should break the door down to see who it is.
Yeah.
Break it down.
I try to break it down.
All right, make an attack.
It's on fire, right?
It is.
17 plus 8.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
With your giant maul, you slam down with this gargantuan hammer into the burning wood.
I get to reroll once.
You?
Yeah. 10 plus 5, 15.
15 points of damage. Crack! Most of the door breaks down. It's still barely holding on to the bottom hinge, but it now gives you a full view of the inside. You do suffer 4 points of fire damage because of the proximity of the flame. However, you have open an entryway to the chamber. Looking inside, you can see flames have taken the entire kind of western side of the chamber. You can see a lot of the silks that he keeps dribbling. For the point here, as the leader of this portion of the Marauder tribe, but BAFTA likes nice things. And even glancing inside, you've gotten little glimpses of the inside of his chamber here and there. And you can see there are gold spoils adorning what look to be taken cabinets and boxes and crates left around. There's just a large pile of somewhat loosely comfortable materials that you kind of scoff at the idea of such comfort, but silently in the back of your head are like, I bet that's nice.
Can we see where BAFTA is in here?
You do actually see the far wall is an open hole destroyed by one of the earlier detonations. You can see the entry point was the other side of this tower. You see numerous ruined bodies of Uruk, like the one that you saw guarding the stairway on the way up, are now littering the floor near that opening in the window. And there in the center, you see War Chief BAFTA, muscles swollen in rage. He kneels amidst these bodies, repeatedly slamming his fist into the face of a still living would-be assassin who's now on the ground just being clutched by the throat. And it's just like gone feral in his face at this point.
Does he look like he's in trouble? Does he look hurt?
Injured, on fire.
Make a perception check.
I'm very perceptive.
Are you?
15.
15. Glancing in, you can see he looks wounded on one arm. One arm looks like it has a few gashes, but for the most part seems to be not too worse for wear.
Okay.
As soon as the door bashes in, he's like growling at this one Uruk on the ground is partially broken, like one eye swollen shut. Glances over and looks in your direction.
What are you doing? Get in and help!
Okay. I try to break through the rest of the door.
Okay, so make an athletics check.
I kick.
Since you've already kind of ruined most of its structure, this is more of a just pushing the rest of it out of the way.
It's on fire.
Oh no. Oh, I have really good athletics. 12.
Okay.
It's nice, isn't it?
You do.
Oh my god. I'm so strong.
You manage to take the rest of your hammer and smash through the rest of the remains of the door. You do suffer another 2 points of fire damage in the process, but you've cleared the entryway, and no one else will suffer fire damage passing through the entryway. You all step into the center of the chamber, and there the war chief is still clutching this assassin on the ground. He's just grinning. He's just going,
You stupid schrock! Who sent you? What fool dares raise arms against me?
The assassin just kind of spits in his face.
Oh, bad idea.
Looks back at the rest of you, this kind of look of rage in his eyes. The war chief,
You there! Make yourself useful and get my information!
he throws the wounded assassin at your feet, who tumbles. It starts like coughing and trying to get up.
I step on him. But not to kill him, just to hold him in place.
All right, very big foot, right on his chest, and is now like pinned on the ground, pushing against the foot, but not able to get any ground. And it's just kind of looking up at you, its eyes kind of wide from the pressure.
Can you answer some questions for us, please?
Why are you being so polite?
Oh, no, you! Ah! I scream in his face. Somebody ask him questions!
I'll walk over. I'll get real close to him.
Could you please?
Hello, friend. My name is Mozu the Chosen. I have heard the voice of Sauron. He told me the strong take what they want. You see all this around here? That could be part of yours if you're strong enough. You tell us why. Why you do this. And riches await you.
Make a persuasion check.
Is that the truth?
Sure.
Oh, I'm bad at dice. Nice. 15 plus.
A lot.
Where is my thing?
Persuasion, right?
Yep.
You're so persuasive,
Oh,
Mozu.
18.
18. He calms down for a minute and just kind of smiles at you. You can see that same kind of weird, kind of gray flash in his eyes.
You'll get nothing from me. Death comes for you all.
Death comes for us all, friend. It just depends on when. It doesn't have to come for you today. Riches can be yours.
Look, I was sent by Urgram the Face Eater.
Grandma?
Urgram the Face Eater.
See, he survived his duel in the waste seas of here under a new lord. They have many under their banner. He was sent to take this fort. We was, and succeed. We would have, and we will again soon. Nargroth is next. Enjoy your heads while you still got them.
I start looking around the room and kind of forget that I'm actually standing on him, and I put my full weight down. Oh, does that hurt?
We thank you for your information.
Wait.
RB, eat his face.
Yeah, I don't actually like the taste of.
Okay, that was a good moment. I was like threatening him.
I'll just finish stepping on him.
Okay, you're not gonna get your face eaten.
I'm just gonna kick him.
Heavy stomp. Just this like watermelon splatter of Uruk head against the stonework. The flames still kind of burning around. The war chief seems less.
Your problem
frustrated.
was solved, War Chief. We interrogated it.
I'm just carving little scars into the dead body on it.
Scar artist.
The war chief at this point has now kind of sat down on the ground, back slumped against the pile of rags and cloth that he sleeps on, and pulls a bottle of spoiled wine from underneath and uncorks it, begins to wash the open wounds in the arm, and then takes a swig.
Oh, yeah. Do you need medical attention, my lord?
Does it look like I need medical attention?
Yes.
Then fix me!
All right.
I've grabbed my medical kit and my healer's kit, and I will use my really dirty bandages to wrap him up. I don't really have anything to fasten it with, so I just sort of hawk a loogie on one, kind of fasten it to the other piece, and hope that holds.
Perfect. Okay, roll your healing. 1d6 plus.
1d6 plus 9. Ooh, 12 points.
All right. So as you take them,
Yeah.
so as you bandage, it's like.
So, Urgram lives. And wants to take my fault, does he? Wants to waddle in my shadow, does he? That snivelling old dog's gonna taste 100 blades before he falls, I say. Am I right?
Yeah, right.
Of course, yeah.
Do we have 100 blades?
We've got more than 100 blades.
How many exactly do we have? Do we have a count? Do we have someone like in charge to count the blades?
Your job now
Yeah.
is to count the blades.
We got
Good
2
thing
blades.
You're so good at counting.
Yeah, I'm very good at counting. That's why they call me Mozu the Chosen.
Moser.
The Chosen.
And who chose you?
Sauron.
Stupid. What's your names then? Who's your commander?
We follow BAFTA.
Oh, wait, that's you.
That's right.
Yeah.
You follow me.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Mozu the Chosen.
My name's Eden. Eden Goodfink.
You could call me Eden.
I'm Baruch, the Unbreakable, but you could call me Arby.
Oh, powerful BAFTA. I'm Lonely Skak, the scar artist, to serve you.
All right. You seem to be an able-bodied lot. You want to show your war chief what real Uruk are made of?
Is this before or after I count the blades?
After.
Good.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Then go!
Where are we going again?
I'm getting there! Head east.
Head east.
Find where Urgram is hiding. Tell me where, and I'll reward you. Bring me back his head. I'll shoot you all straight to captains with your own Uruks beneath you.
Captains.
Now hurry, before the tracks go cold. Go!
Again, you asked me to count blades, and yet now
Count them quickly, I don't care.
It's a figure of speech,
I'll say there's
Mozu.
more than 100. We're going. We will bring you glory, and we will bring you his head.
Good. Good. 100 swords.
Can I run across the room to the portal, the hole that was blown in the other side of the room,
Yeah.
and like check for like clues or how they did it, if there's any trace of who came in?
Make an investigation check in the vicinity, and then a perception check looking through the hole.
Okay.
While he's doing that, can I walk over?
That's really good.
Can I walk over to Eden and say, I got burned a little in the door.
All right. Do you need some healing then?
Don't take my skin off, though. Please.
25 on the investigation.
Oh, sure.
And an 8 on the perception.
Okay. Looking through the hole that's blasted in the side of this wall, there's a number of crumpled Uruk. You see there are 2 assassins on the ground, both with just ruined forms. Seeing the explosion that they brought here also blew them apart. A style that you can appreciate.
Okay.
But you do see that they have somehow through this explosion 3 small encased leather-bound orbs that survived the detonation. You take and sniff it. It's a very familiar smell of a powder.
Explodey powder.
Yep.
Can I pocket those 3?
You do indeed, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
What was your perception check?
It's a 9. Eight.
An 8. You glance out past the hole to the dark hills in the distance. Nothing.
It's real blurry. Hey, of you all who has really good luck, eyeballs?
I don't know if they're good or not, but I've got some eyeballs.
Do you see anything out
Hold
there?
up, I bring out my patch of eyeballs. Which kind did you need? Because I've got little eyeballs and kind of bigger eyeballs.
How long have you been holding those?
Some of those aren't eyeballs, by the way.
Oh, that's a piece of lint. You're right. What?
That was
The eagles are coming!
You can't off
The magic of Mordor.
I think we should follow you now.
Oh, Shrub!
I'm the chosen one!
Wait, was that actually...
That was
Sauron made flesh.
Amazing.
Yeah, so...
Put those away.
But that made my hands hurt worse, please.
All right. I could heal you right now, or we could use hit dice and take a short rest, and that way I would save my ability to heal you later.
Oh, yeah, and then I get my troll's endurance back.
So, maggots!
Oh, so Whisker still here. Oh, sorry.
If we're going to do this for you by the Dark Lord's name, I feel that our group of 4 should have some sort of group name or some sort of...
Yeah, like a call sign.
Yeah, a call sign or something.
Yeah.
Is that something that you could hook us up with?
I mean...
Do you have like fancy pins or something we could wear?
The Orc 4. The Orc 4.
Or the Orc
The Forks. The Forks.
No. All right, folks. You are the BAFTA Forks.
Can we get little patches that say "Get forked"?
You should just call me because you're scared and stuff for Roger.
Just 1 minute.
While you do that, I'm going to go count some blades from this window.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay.
16.
16. Glancing about it over the next 5 or 10 minutes or so, you just count blades in the courtyard and those that are like pulling the bodies of the gathered, mutineers and like executing them in the middle of the courtyard. You count probably a good solid 73, 74 blades by your estimation in immediate visual range.
So-
You throw in some, estimations of non-visual range-based blades, the size of the fortress, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of a good like 125 blades currently available in just this small encampment outside the main fortress.
By my count, we have 7,321 blades currently available to us in this fort. We are unbeatable. We find this guy you want. This guy, D.I.C.E.
I like you.
Well, thank you.
But get out.
Go! Yeah,
Your
right.
shoulder is finished. Where do you want yours?
My shoulder looks
You
very
also,
good.
On the back.
as you're glancing out, you look past the eastern mountainscape. You can see what are the Mithram Spur Mountains to the east of this encampment. You see, as the shadows of night have been claiming this vicinity as the sun's faded, you see a handful of fleeing goblins just vanishing into the mountains, heading eastward and disappearing into the shadows of the base.
Fleeing? Well, I couldn't probably tell. The goblins are
They're running away.
in the direction we're headed.
Yes.
Let's take on after them.
Yeah. Because, what goblins are afraid of, no offense to you, we are not afraid of. We're better than goblins, no offense to you.
Again, now.
Yeah. Are we going?
No, wait. You need your tattoo. Yours is done. It's on the lower back. Where would you like your fox tattoo?
Well, you want one on your arm like I got?
Yeah,
You
it's
see
just-
this
it's a
head
scar.
on my helmet?
Yeah.
Put it up there.
I'll let
Because
off.
this will cause true terror in any goblin again. No offense. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. Thank you. We'll get it later. We should probably get after them before
Take
they
his helmet and do it as we run.
Okay.
You are a true artiste.
Well, we got to take a short rest, though, right? While we were getting our tattoos.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We'll take
Was
a
that
short
a
rest.
short rest?
Okay, so you take a short rest outside of the chambers of War Chief BAFTA,
Outside.
We're going.
who has been trying to get you to leave for like the past 20 The chamber's just in flames around him. He's just sitting there drinking like,
Leave me. We have, technically, we are outside the room. Technically, we have left.
Okay.
He
I'm all
agrees.
healed up.
Small
Do I
ass.
get,
Kiddo.
do I get key points back?
you do.
All?
Yep.
Holy moly, I'm so powerful.
Good to be a
What should we
fighter.
roll to get points back? A 4?
Hit dice. It'll say right there.
Oh, well, that's nice.
What does Shrek mean again? Is that a dick?
Nope.
No, Shrek is
They're swear.
feces.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Excrement.
Okay.
Poo.
A gronk is a dick?
A grunk is a dick.
All right.
How will we chase after these bad guys? Are we going to ride on something, or should we just walk? Do we need a cart?
Do we have any mounts available
So
to
many
us?
categories.
Oh yeah, are there any?
You do have in this encampment what looks to be 3 categories that are caged. Feral, they haven't been broken yet, but they are currently caged in the corner. You can see a few beastmasters that just kind of rove about. As you walk up to approach and take a look, you see one of them has a pike with this long, slivering piece of meat that has a little bit of skin on it still, and you think may have belonged to one of the Uruks that just got killed in the fray, and just throws into the cage, and immediately this extremely large, almost like hyena dog-like hybrid beast just when it starts tearing it apart, just getting gore everywhere.
See, I'm afraid that would be us if we try to ride them.
Are you scared of a category?
Very much so, yeah. I mean, look at them.
I've killed so many category.
I haven't.
I haven't either.
You could ride on my back. I could give you a piggyback ride.
Not that I need it, but I will accept.
Because I think we're too big to ride the scattered goose.
The categories?
Yeah.
Yeah, close enough.
All right, well then we'll go on foot.
Where?
Yeah.
Right? Right?
I don't know. Are we too big?
I mean, it's a big beast. You can certainly try.
Is anyone good with animals?
Nope.
Nope.
Maybe we should walk.
Maybe we should walk.
As you guys are having this conversation, you see one of the beastmasters who's by the cage is like looking at you with his head turned to the side, kind of curious as to what you're talking about. And immediately this claw whoosh, grabs him and pulls him against the cage. As one of the jaws grabs and tears his shoulder off from the back. And it's, the other Uruks start like hitting it with pikes from the side of the cage to calm it down, but it's already torn the guy apart. And you're like,
We should walk.
this is
I think we may
should
ride.
walk now.
Right.
Walking, we are walking.
Okay, so as you guys exit the outside of the fortress on the outskirts of Nargroth, you begin to make your way eastward towards the mountains, kind of in the direction where you saw these fleeing goblins. Who's helming this journey? Who wants to be tracking
He has
eastward?
a head on his helmet, so he could probably see farther than the rest of us.
True.
Yes, but the eyes are missing. If you gave me a couple of your eyes, we can
I've got
stick
you
them in
covered.
there.
Here's a couple.
Oh,
They
good.
don't match, but that's all right.
It's just eyes. So I take out a couple of the eyes, I take off my helmet, and I put them in. And now I am known as Mozu, the Chosen, the Tracker, with the helmet that has the head with the eyes in it currently.
Upgrades.
I
And
think
I'm gonna take a skag and I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
sit him on my shoulder.
as he's slowly carving. Well, is he putting? Well, no. If you have the helmet on to track, he can't carve into it as you're moving. So a choice has to be made.
Movie.
Well, the eyes will be able to see as you're carving.
Oh.
You tell me what they see, we go that way.
I'm to interpret the eyes.
Exactly. That's what makes us a team.
Okay.
That's what makes us the Forks, apparently.
Yeah, the forks.
The Forks. Yes.
So I want you to make a dexterity check.
That was good. That was
That was good. Yeah. Oh, that's a million. 22.
22. You, of all the scars you've carved across the group, you've saved the best for Mozu, who, even though it's a bumpy ride on the back of an Olag, It's a beautiful display on this
Got
helmet.
mosaic work, filigree.
Yeah.
It's really
I'm
nice.
really proud of it. And also roll a perception check because you're now the person interpreting the eyes.
Oh, good. -2. 14.
14. Okay. So as you glance about and you take a little while heading forward, you begin to find what it seems to be the easiest path up the mountainside. As opposed to having to climb cliff over cliff, you guys eventually hit the base of the Mithrin Spur Mountains and begin to slowly pull your way up the occasional cliffside, but for the most part, you've managed to maintain a fairly easy to climb switchback path that has been walked through this mountain range a number of times. Make a survival check for me, please.
Do you hear those people screaming in the background?
Yes. I literally rolled a 0. 2 -2.
All right. So, as you guys begin to curl up and down the edge of this mountain range, you can see the large fortress of Nargothrond in the distance and the outskirts of the one small watch fortress on the outside of it, the three of which dot its exterior. The one furthest to the east that you just came from begins to disappear over the high mountain spires, and now in the dark skies, the black of night, just a faint glow of orange-red in the distance as Mount Doom occasionally flares up into the clouds ahead. It is very dark. Thankfully, I believe most of you have some form of dark vision.
Yeah.
60 feet.
And torches.
Yep. So,
60 as well.
great. So you guys are able to make your way through, following the wonderful direction of Skok on top.
The eyes speak often. They lead us forth.
I've noticed that one of those eyes is a wolf's eye, and the other is an acorn. Is that going to...
No, shouldn't make any difference.
All right.
Both the land and the beast speak to me through the eyes.
Leading you with absolute confidence up the side of this mountain pass.
Because an acorn is technically a seed, and you can't spell seed without C.
I don't know if that's right.
S-E-E is seed.
Okay.
S-E-E-E-D-D-D-D-D is seed.
You're right.
Therefore, you could, if you wanted to.
Extrapolate.
And it's at that
What?
it's at that moment, Arby, as your large foot hits a soft mound of dirt, a large one about maybe 25 or so feet across. Your foot hits it. It looks to be a portion of this. The mountain seems to give way for a moment into a little bit of a plateau, and looks to be packed ash and dirt that fills this small vicinity. And while you were conversing and listening and following the direction of Skak, your foot just hits this soft mound.
Hey, something's down here. It's softer. I start stomping on it.
Okay.
Is it shock?
I would like all of you to make an intelligence check, please.
Just stuff it in.
Yeah,
Dookie.
probably.
5, 7.
14.
18.
Okay.
This is new for me, guys.
So as all of you begin to follow suit with Arby and stomping on the soft dirt, you wait, we've raided some of these before.
Oh, wait a second. Yeah, we've all got experience with this.
What is it?
You hear this soft kind of growling sound as you watch these small, these tiny humanoid creatures with long, thin arms and legs, hairless, gray skin begin to pull their way out of small holes and tunnels in the sides of this mound. You watch as ghouls begin to emerge now from the recent disturbing of their space.
I hate ghouls.
Yes. But the forks can take them.
Yeah.
Forks! It's dinner time.
Because you rolled so highly intelligence check, you do know that they have a hard time with bright light.
Oh.
However, I would like you all to roll initiative because they are immediately lunging towards you.
Remember, they have a hard time with bright light.
Thank you, Lady Guinevere.
You had a torch, right, in your hand, or we had torches
No,
as we were
no,
walking?
dark
We're using dark vision, some of us.
Totally black.
Yep.
Let's go back in time. Did anyone?
I did mention torches, but I didn't say I pulled it out.
You can see 4 of them have emerged, and it looks like more are making their way out. So, all right, initiative order. What do you have?
11.
11, alrighty.
17.
11.
Oh, wow, Mosu and Arby.
18.
Wow.
All right, so Scott, you're up first. As you kept the helmet in your hand, you're like,
How far away are they?
No, there's maybe 2 of them that are 10 feet from you now, rushing in your direction, and a few that are about 25 or 30 feet on the other side of the mound that are now climbing over it and darting towards you. You move first, though, so there's nobody quite in range, or no one who's attacking you yet.
Oh, cool. I would like to take out one of my poison, my acid vials, and I'm gonna throw it from atop your shoulders at the 2 ghouls coming forward.
Perfect. Okay, then.
Using acid splash.
Nice.
All right, so as you chuck it out, I need you to go ahead and there are 2 of them that are side by side that are just emerging on the opposite side within range, so you could probably hit them both.
Nice.
So I need you to go ahead and roll. It's a dexterity saving throw on their point.
Nice.
All right, so strangely enough, they both succeed. An 18 and a 20. So you throw it, and they're just so fast here as they kind of dart past. They're small, and they're wiry, and they're lively. And as soon as you throw and lob it, they both just separate, and it splashes harmlessly on the ground below them. You see the acid burn up. No effect, unfortunately.
Can I use my bonus action to nimble escape, and I want to jump off your shoulders and hide?
Sure, yeah. So we'll say you dart off, and go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Nice. 20.
Okay, good enough. So that's you. You're hidden. And Scott's turn. Eden, you're up.
So there's 2 close together and 2 others.
They've now kind of separated a little bit. There's 4 now rushing right in the front, and they're somewhat close. You can get in between 2 of them and hit both. If you
All
want.
right.
We all have dark vision.
I believe you do. Yeah.
Okay.
And my flurry of
Mordor,
blows, can that be used on multiple targets? Or is it, all right, so I'll run up to the first and quarterstaff attack.
Go for it.
Ooh, yeah. 23 to hit.
23 hits. Yeah. Good roll damage.
7.
7 points already. So as you rush up, and which, by the way, as an Olog High, like, you're a big troll-like entity. The quarterstaff in your hands is like that long. It's like a tiny little baton. Whack!
Cop's baton.
You smack it and you dislocate its shoulder, and it goes a horrible pain sound as it does so. It's hurt pretty bad. These things are not very hardy. There's just a lot of them.
All right, I will flurry of blows and strike him with my hand.
All right, go for it.
Yeah. Ooh, 11.
11 does not hit, unfortunately. You're too confident at this point. As you swing a second time, it ducks below, missing.
I will strike again with my hand. Ah! Oh, that one's better. 19.
19, go ahead and roll damage.
For the force! 6 points of damage.
And with that, you slam down and crumple its head into its shoulders. It's kind of this gurgle sound as it falls to the ground. And there's one who's now rushing up behind you that you can move into and get your final attack if you want.
With my hand, right? My bonus?
Hand or your staff.
All right, well then I will quarterstaff him in the gut.
All right, go for it. So you run up and use that momentum.
Oh yeah, 18 plus 7. Ooh,
That
25.
hits. Yeah, roll damage.
Nice.
1. So 5.
5 points of damage. All right, so it hits him, and it gives this this guttural loss of air sound, but it's still standing without an issue.
Is that a part of the flurry of blows attack, or was that my bonus attack?
Well, the flurry of blows becomes your bonus.
Oh, okay.
Like you do 2 attacks instead of 1 with your bonus is what flurry does.
Okay, so if I hit someone with a flurry of blows, he must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone.
Oh. With a 8. No, he does not.
Yeah.
So the one you slam, while it doesn't kill him, it knocks him off of his feet and it falls to the ground now. It's like clawing to try and find some sort of purchase to get itself back to its feet.
All right, Forks. Appetizer course is over. I don't know how far I can take this metaphor.
All the way to dessert is what I say.
Oh,
Yes.
All right.
salad course.
With that, the remaining 5, or the 4 that aren't currently prone, rush at the one that was prone, gets up with its turn, and it's going to go ahead and strike at you. It can't move anywhere, but it's no longer prone. Something's gonna strike at you. Okay, that's an 23 to hit.
Hits.
You take 7 points of slashing damage from its bite attack.
Ooh, from one
Or sorry,
ghoul?
this is from a scratch attack. As it strikes across you with its claw, it rolled max damage, and it's gonna attempt to bite at you. That's a 9, which does not hit you. So it strikes you with its claw, then goes to bite you, and its hand just its jaw hits your armored flesh, your hide, and just can't seem to pierce it. Another one kind of rushes to the side to try and gang up on you. It tries to climb onto your back. That is a 16 to hit. What's your armor class?
17.
17. It jumps onto your back, but it can't pierce your hard hide. While a third one's gonna rush up behind you as well. That one is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yes.
And that one you take 3 points of slashing damage as it rakes into your back and it gets up onto your shoulders and attempt to bite down to the top of your head with a 10. And as it bites down once again, it just can't seem to bite through your thick Olog hide. So those are the 3 ghouls that are on you. 2 more emerge from the mound and begin rushing in. However, they cannot get into combat right now and still attack. Let's see, it's 2 more. One of them is going to rush towards you, Mozo, and one's going to rush around trying to look. Oh, look at that! Oh, that would have been amazing.
No more eagles.
Good. That works to your favor. Actually, no, that's going to be 2 on Mozu because they don't know where you are and they're a little scared of you at the moment. All right, that's going to be a 21.
21 points of damage?
No.
21 to hit, which I
Oh, it hits.
Which armor
Yeah,
class?
it hits. I'm at 18.
All right, so you take 2 points of slashing damage from the scratch and 18.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you take 3 points of piercing damage from the bite. The other one that swung up to you, because this one is now currently flanking you with the other one. That is a 23 to hit, which I believe hits.
Ooh, yeah.
And then, Jesus, 24 to hit, 18 and 19.
They have chosen you.
Part of my name.
That's 7 points of slashing damage plus an additional 1d4, so you get an additional 1. So that's 8 points of slashing damage. And second strike is going to be damage-wise. It's 2d4. So it's, 9 points of piercing damage.
Dang! How good are you
They're
at?
ganging
What's your
up on
health
you.
at?
He's the strongest.
Too good.
You get the
I am the
sense,
strongest. Yeah.
individually, they're not very dangerous necessarily, and they go down pretty quick, but when they gang up, it's bad. And they're ganging up on Mozu right now.
I've heard this before about ghouls.
So, ending that turn, Arby, you're up.
I'm gonna. You said they're susceptible to bright light.
Bright light.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my torch. And I'm gonna hold it in the same hand with my maul because I got big hands, and then I'm gonna swing it.
Okay, I'm gonna say it takes an action for you to light the torch, so you
I have
won't
to
get an
light. No,
attack.
I didn't light it. As a bonus action, I took it out,
Okay,
but I
see.
didn't light it.
Okay, so you're just holding it. Okay, so you have an
enough light.
Super slow.
Yeah, and
All
then
right.
I'm gonna try to hit the ones that are attacking Mozu.
All right, so you lumber up with an unlit torch clasped in your hand with your maul, and you're gonna attack the ones against Mozu. All right, roll for the first attack.
Okay.
It must cast some light, right?
I mean, that's what torches do.
yeah.
20. I suck at this particular number combination. 21.
21 hits.
Yes.
Yeah, go roll damage.
All right.
20 and a 1.
Yeah.
Apparently it's forever.
Oh, that's
Ooh, that's good. That's 15.
15 points of damage?
Yeah.
With one strike, you splatter the school across the mountain. Just You see its arms and legs go flying apart as its torso is just crushed and destroyed. It's in pieces.
I'm gonna attack another one.
Does,
All right.
Does the torso light the torch?
Nope.
good check.
Damn.
Yeah, it's important to know.
11.
11 just hits.
Yeah!
Dang.
Oh, I get to reroll that?
Yeah.
14.
14 points of damage. You splatter a second one. You just come swinging, and with each hit, the one to the left and the one to the right of Mozu are both just turned to absolute unliving matter.
So there's 2 more of them on Mozu.
They got turned.
There's 2 more on Mozu.
No, the 2 that are on Mozu are gone. There's 3 that are now climbing up on Eden that have been trying to strike through.
I'm gonna use my action
Hearing
surge
voices
to
again.
hit 2 more.
All
try
right,
to
so
hit
you use
2
the
more.
last bit of your movement. This will be the end of your movement to get to Eden, but you can attack 2 that are on him.
That's 14.
14 hits.
Oh, I gotta keep that. 8. 5 is 8 plus 5 is 12. 13? No,
8 plus 5 is 13.
it is.
That's correct.
13.
You actually slam the maul into the side of Eden. Eden, you take just a simple 3 points of bludgeoning damage, but the ghoul that was currently clasped onto your side is just smeared against you. There's a spray of dark crimson.
One turn.
I got one more attack here.
Oh, that's good. That definitely is 24.
Yeah, all right, roll damage.
Ooh,
Dang,
15.
15, and with that, you splattered the one on the other side of the back shoulder portion of Eden, and you just, this time you don't slam it into Eden, you just swing wide, and you just, like baseball bat, slam it, sending it flying 30, 40 feet, arcing through the sky. There's still the one on top of the shoulders. You took out 4 in one round.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're
All right.
welcome.
I don't know what that means.
While this is happening, Mozu, it's your turn.
There are 2 in the distance, or
There are 2 more. There's one that just got up on the ground that's in front of Eden, and there's one that's rushing in, and there's one that's on top of Eden's shoulders right now.
I'll go for the one that's on top of Eden's shoulders. I want to pull him off and bite and try and rip his throat out.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Said so casually.
I would like
to bite
his
and-
throat off.
Okay. I'll say, okay, as you rush up to the side to grab it, go ahead and make a grapple check. So roll an athletics check.
Okay. 12.
That's okay. Ghoul rolled a natural 1.
Yeah.
So, without an issue, you peel the ghoul off of its back, and you want to go just lunge for its throat?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay. 12 plus my strength.
Plus your strength, yeah.
That's my strength. 15.
15, okay. Roll a 1d4 and add your strength modifier and damage to it.
3. And that would be 16, my modifier?
The modifier would be 3.
So 6.
6 points damage. So,
you again,
as
my
you
friend.
as you pull the ghoul off, it's screeching. You just grab it by the back of the head, pull it back, and then just sink your teeth into its throat and tear a chunk out. It's not a mortal wound, but now it's missing part of its throat, and its screeching goes from like a to this horrible sucking sound as part of its trachea is now
And
exposed
when I
and
attack,
open.
I get another attack. As it says, you can make 2 attacks.
Oh, right.
Yes. When you make attack action, you can make 2 attacks.
Yes.
I want to attack his throat again.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, as a bonus action, War Cleric.
That's a 15. That is an 18.
That hits. Go ahead and roll another d4.
Okay. That is another 6.
As you pull away the first piece of flesh, you spit it to the side. As its horrible sucking screech sound happens, you reach down, this time getting a larger bite into its throat, and as you pull back, you leave nothing but the spine left behind. And the ghoul just goes limp in your grasp as you have the rest of its throat in your maw.
I finally lived my dreams.
All right, that ends your turn, Mozu.
Yes.
Brings you to the top. Skak, you're up.
Yeah, I jump out from behind when I'm hiding, and I load my crossbow at the one that's running in, and I pull the trigger.
Go for it. You have an advantage because it does not see you.
Oh!
It's real good.
Nice. 21.
21. All right, go ahead and roll for damage.
Crossbow. 11, 12. Yeah, 12, right? No sneak attack?
No sneak attack because it didn't see you. You were hidden.
Right. Oh, it is sneak attack.
Yeah.
12. 17. 20.
Oh, wow.
21.
That's all.
Holy moly.
As it's rushing, like we're talking 28 days later, like sprinting zombie level, just and just falls limp, unmoving onto the mound. The bolt just went through its throat and chest area.
Fox!
You watch as 3 more begin to emerge from the sides of the mound. This looks to be essentially a hive home to these, and you have no idea how many are inside. But three more emerge. Eden, you're up.
Maybe we should go. Seems like they just keep coming. Maybe we should just run?
Yes, I remember they have a weakness to bright light, and they live in hives. We should go.
Don't worry, I have a torch.
Don't light it. Were you fighting with an unlit torch?
Well, you said it was susceptible.
Don't hurt yourself. It's okay. We should go. Mozu.
Mozu, do we have your blessing to flee?
Look, a lot happened just now.
What's on your face?
It's my face. It's called fear. And a leader can't show fear. I'm not leader anymore. You're leader.
I'm leader. You hear that?
Yeah.
Bow before me!
I bow before him.
All right.
You gave me eyes, and yet I didn't see. I didn't see this hive, and I almost died. I'm not leader. I'm not fit to lead the Forks.
Wow.
All right.
You're leader as well.
All right.
Wait, what? You're leader too. I follow all of you.
You can't have two leaders.
There's two things I know. The Forks have 3 leaders and 1 follower.
Right.
There's 3 things I know. That follower is me, and that's it.
So Eden, while this is happening, it's your turn.
I'm going
and
to-
you've been bowing to him.
He's been bowing to me.
I'm sorry, he's been bowing to you.
I'm going to run.
Okay, you still have 1 on your shoulders, by the way.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. A lovely speed.
As it's like trying to claw and bite you.
Just talking. Delineating responsibility and leadership.
Half a sec.
I will. I'm just gonna run and hope he falls off.
Okay.
Like a big bucking bronco.
All right.
I'll use my step of the wind to go faster and jump really far.
Okay, so you can take your full run, dash action, and then as that move another movement. So you just watch as this giant Olog High just like Wile E. Coyote leaves behind like a cloud in his shape behind. And because you're moving that fast, I will actually make sure the ghoul has to make a save to stay on. With a natural 2 for a strength save. No. So the ghoul stumbles off, just tumbling onto the ground behind you, gets back up onto its feet. So you just start bolting in the eastern direction. Ending your turn is now the ghoul's turn. They cannot catch up to you. The one that gets up tries to run after you, but it's just slowly behind. The other 3 now begin to emerge, and they're now rushing up towards you, seeing that you smashed so many of them in the past rounds. That's 3 of them, 6 attacks on you. They rush in. So the first one's going to go for scratch and bite. That is a 12 and a 7.
Wow.
Second one up behind you. That is a 18. All right, with that, as they're ganged up on you, they do more damage. That is 6 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, aren't we leaving?
Apparently, you're leaving.
I thought that was the
Well,
plan.
it's their turn now, and then they get to go.
Bye.
So that's 21.
A leader leaves.
What a
So you
leader.
take 5 points of piercing damage as this one now claws and bites into you.
Okay.
And then that is a 17? No. And a 9. So they're just like clawing and jumping onto you. They're scraping at the armor, but it's keeping most of them at bay. You get a few hits, but it's not too bad. That ends their turn. That brings us to you, Arby. What are you going to do?
Well, I guess I'm gonna try to kill these things that are attacking me.
Okay. It's got 3 of them on you right now. They're climbing all over you.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was really good, but it wasn't. It's 18.
18 still hits. Go roll damage.
Right. 16.
16. There's one nearby that's just on the side. You grab over and grab it by the head and just smash it in your grip and throw it to the ground with a slopping sound. Nice. All right, so your next attack?
I'm gonna look down and try to hit the one that's like at my feet. And that's a natural 1.
And you try and reach for him, but he's just out of reach, so you start spinning to try and get a better reach. But he's attached to you, so he spins too, and so you just end up going in circles for the rest of your round, like chasing your tail.
Eden! I thought I was supposed to run, but I can't run.
Why?
There's ghouls.
Moser, you're up.
It worked once. I'm gonna grab him and try to rip his throat.
Okay, so now you have a taste of ghoul in your mouth. You rush over to Arbaruk, go over and grab it. Go ahead and make a grapple check.
Okay. Grapple is plus what?
It's just athletics check.
Oh, great. 14 plus 20.
20? All right.
14 plus 6 is athletics.
Well, the 19 actually. 18 plus 1 for strength, but it's not enough. So you manage to grab and pull it and just barely peel it off. And you're going to try and go for third again?
Yes.
Roll an attack.
Okay. 18 plus 3, that is a 21.
That hits. Roll damage. So
Okay.
1d4 plus your strength.
3 plus 3, that is a 6.
6.
We are
Alrighty.
repeating again.
All right, roll one more time.
Okay. And that is, 7. 7, that's a 10. So
10?
that did not.
10 does not, unfortunately. You bite one chunk out of the middle of its like kind of clavicle area, and it's scrambling against you, pushing against your face. And as you try and go for the secondary bite, it actually jams its hand into your mouth, and you kind of gag for a minute, have to pull it out. Manages to stave off the fight for the moment, at least. That ends your turn, Mozu?
Yes, it does.
Skok, you're up.
How far away? How many left? 2, 3?
There are 3. There's one that's still stuck to Arby. There's one that's being held by Mozu, and there's one that just fell off the shoulders of Eden as he ran away.
Are any of them within 15 feet of me?
From where you were, you're not that far from Arby and Mozu. You could probably move in pretty close, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try and cast Thunder Wave.
What?
Thunder Wave? Okay.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and you pull out
It's
one.
gonna hit you guys, isn't it? It hits everybody.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say you can aim it in a way where you could hit both of them, but you'll hit either one or the other.
I definitely want to try and hit as many of you as possible.
You could hit all of them, all 4.
Let's do that.
You won't hit Eden Season's too far away, but you can hit all 4 of them. Okay.
Guys, are you coming? Or what? Guys?
Perfect.
May the Dark Lord grant me a thunder wave.
So what you do is you reach into your pouch and you find one of those explosives that you had earlier, and you're like, you're gonna throw it and clench backward. I need both Mozu and Arby to roll Constitution saving throw. They're gonna do the same. That's what's your spell save DC?
14.
14.
8 plus 5.
They both fail. You rolled a 10.
Okay.
Fail.
13.
Fail. All of you take 2d8 thunder damage, and you're pushed 10 feet away. So go ahead and roll, Travis. Roll 2d8.
2d8, okay. 13.
You asshole.
15.
I mean,
You don't
He
roll
rolls.
you
that.
glob.
Oh, you take.
So both of you guys take 13 points of thunder damage.
Oh, we do.
And are blown 10 feet back as this small rolling ball explodes in a concussive blast. Both of the ghouls just get scattered into nothing. The sound of the explosion echoes through the mountains. And both of you guys get pushed back 10 feet, almost landing on the ground.
Can I use my bonus action, my nimble escape, to hide?
You may.
Okay.
Go make a stealth check.
15. No, 23. Stealth is plus 10. I'm used to the other. 23.
All right, so as the explosion happens and you're standing right where the ball rolled, you're like, shit, move back, try behind the mountain, try and stealth and hide. Okay, that ends your turn. Both of them are just detonated at this point. There is the one across the way that fell off. It's currently trying to catch up to Eden, but it's just too slow. There's none currently out in the open, but you can hear the sounds of scratching and little voices
I can't
from deep
really
into the
hear
tunnel.
anything after that explosion.
That's true. The two of you, your bell's a little rung. You hear this as you're hiding up against the mound right now.
How many of those explosive orbs did I use? All of them? Or just 2?
We'll say for as many spell slots as you have.
Oh, fair enough.
3.
Okay, good. Yeah, so now I have 2.
All right. So that brings us to Eden.
I'm 80 feet away, and my dark vision can't see that far, so all I heard was an explosion in the dark.
Yep.
So I drop to my knee and I say, as the only surviving member of the Forks, I will say a word to thank the great Dark Lord for choosing me to carry on the mantle of this mission. And I will just keep running as fast as I can away.
Okay. And you just bolt away. This poor little ghoul now has no sight of you. As it ends your turn, it is now the ghoul's turn, and it's just like it's kind of lost and doesn't see you. It's gonna make a perception check.
Poor little ghoul.
Nope. And it just begins scrambling its way back towards the mound.
Does it know where home is?
We'll find out. The rest of the story is the saddest little ghoul.
Do they live in the earth?
It's like Benji.
3 more ghouls emerge from the inside of the mound.
We can take it. Ghouls are easy.
Okay.
Watch out! I think that
Thank you. Sorry.
some of them are apparently explosive.
What?
Explosive!
Yes,
They just
it is
emerge,
11.
but they are not in combat yet. Arby, you're up.
I think we should run away. And I start running away.
Okay.
As I'm running, do I see the little lost school?
Yeah, the
I'll say yes. I'll say as you're running away, it's coming back towards you.
Oh, the law school.
And I splat it. I want to try to splat as I'm
make an
running.
attack.
Totally heard law
Law school. We were like, I passed the bar while I'm running.
Law school versus law
26.
26 hits, roll damage.
Come on.
9 plus 5 is
Always room for
14.
Jello.
All right, so this one ghoul who had made his journey back finally sees home
Had a new
and
lease
is like
on life.
goes running up and sees you just and just full on whack-a-mole him into the dirt
Yeah. And keep running.
and keep running. All right.
Although, can I use, as my bonus action, I'm going to use my second wind.
Okay, go for it. So you get to heal up some damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Mozu.
Question.
Yes.
I started with hit point wise at 44. I'm now at 9.
Yeah.
I can perform lay on hands and heal myself. Does that take time? Or
It's an action.
It'll be your turn.
yeah, if it's my turn, I might do that.
Okay.
Because you can still use your movement.
Yep.
Skedaddle.
So you can spend as many points as you want to heal yourself.
So if I spend 9 hit points to heal as many as I can,
You have a pool of 25 hit points total, and you just choose a number of that 25. You only have 25 for the whole day that you can heal with that, but you can do like 5 or 10 or 8, however you
I'd
want.
like to try for 10.
Okay, so go ahead and use your action to heal yourself 10 hit points. Go mark those 10 off,
Okay,
and you heal 10.
great.
Nice.
I'm at 19,
Dang.
minus 10, and then I will run.
Okay, you go running and bolting off. Okay, so as you guys are all charging, you're still hidden there against the mound, and you see these like 3 emerge from the side, and they're like between you and your allies now as you're like pressed against the mound. Okay, you go running past one of them. It is going to attack of opportunity on you as you emerge. That's going to hit. That's a 17 plus 5. That's 22.
Nice.
Okay, so it's going to be 5 points of slashing damage, which you take half of, so it's 2.
2.
But you go running past. A double charge. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll say for that. Now, as you guys are running, they're pretty quick, and they're keeping pace with you, so they can't quite catch up to you, but they're following. As you're rushing, I want, since you're the furthest behind, make a perception check.
11.
Okay. After a while, you eventually hear the sound subside, and it seems like they're returning to their mound. They don't want to get too far away from their home base.
I don't want to get lost.
Yes.
Like some other little ghouls out there.
I think they've left us behind. Why do I sound like this?
I wonder about Bumble and you go.
They get you in the throat, did they?
Yeah. We're clear.
Oh, you're back.
We're fine.
Sorry for a minute. You was an imposter.
Don't have my inhaler.
Oh, jeez.
As you guys slowly, the 3 of you reconvene, you make your way up the path to see one heavy breathing, exhausted Eden alone.
They fought bravely. They were my friends. They took care of me. I will
Standing
miss them.
behind you.
Oh, I'm hearing voices again.
It's the Dark Lord.
Yeah, the Dark Lord is speaking to you now.
You should probably pick your nose.
2 voices. Oh, God. Oh, 3 voices. He speaks in mysterious ways. Oh, well, I'll end it all right here.
No, it's us. Turn around.
Oh, hi.
Olog high, right back at you.
Hi.
You're faster than I thought.
Hi. How'd it go?
Oh, we killed them. All of them. Every last one of them.
She killed 5 of them.
I did. Is that how many I killed?
Yep.
I'm sorry I left, but when he made me lever, I thought that was...
Leader?
Leader?
Leader.
Oh. Thought you said lever. Lever.
Lever.
All right, shall we continue eastward?
Okay.
Which way is that?
Which way is eastward?
Do I know which way is east?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
Nature check.
Since you guys are a little scattered at this point.
Nature check. Natural 20.
Woo!
That doesn't help with directions.
You do that for a moment and
way
realize that
should
doesn't
we
help.
go, though?
However, you glance over and see the orange glow of the top of Mount Doom, and that does help you realize, that is east.
That is east.
And as you begin to move that direction, I'll let you, since you're kind of leading this charge again with the helmet, make a perception check with advantage because of the nature trick. The 20 gave you a benefit to this.
Perception with advantage or nature with advantage?
Perception with advantage.
That helps. 18.
18. You guys have now crested the highest point of this mountain range and are now making your way down the opposite side of this first ridge. As you climb over the edge, you glance over. Are you still on the shoulders of your Oleg High friend?
Yeah, climb back up.
You glance over the shoulders and look down just past this shelf, and you see this very, very faint bit of light tucked in this small alcove in the side of the mountain. You glance past and you can see what appear to be 6 Uruk figures, 5 of which are all currently like bundled up in ramshackle rags, like small sleeping bags, almost like bundles, and one of them is currently with a torch across its shoulder, just keeping watch. They look roughly about the size of the goblins that you saw fleeing from the scene.
Shh. I see figures ahead. 3 of them. 3 of them.
Yeah. Well counted.
One on guard with a torch.
Do you think we could take them?
Yeah, slit their throats while they're resting. You know.
Wait, but I'm kind of hurt still from the ghouls. Will you help me?
I'm pretty hurt too. And you're hurt as well. Should we take another rest?
Can we rest and watch them while we rest?
Yeah, scout
Let's
their
just
positions.
sit down. Let's just sit down for like 30 minutes around and maybe heal a little bit, but then be ready to attack them if they get up.
No. We charge in.
No, Skeg.
All right,
I
I can
need-
heal us if you want.
Yeah.
If you want, and we can keep going.
Yeah.
All right, gather round. I will need to use all of my healing potential for this. What hurts?
Well, my elbow's been giving me some problems lately because I think the mole might be just a little too. I may be overextending.
I think you
when
meant
I'm
what
swing-
hurt from the fighting that we just did.
Well, a ghoul bit me on my knee and a ghoul bit my ankle, and then another one got up here around the shoulder, but I can't tell if it's from the scar
Alright, I
that
will
Scat gave me or if it's.
Cake some mud onto all of her wounds and heal her. 13 points.
That's good. I was down 15, so.
What?
All right.
What? Where do you hurt?
What ails you?
What ails you?
Specifically, everything.
Yeah, you took it, man.
I will take whatever you give, O glorious leader.
All right.
I bow to your healing prowess.
I will take my hair and like shake off.
You have hair?
Yes, I have a little bit.
It's nasty.
I shake off the dandruff,
Thank you.
make it into a tea that he drinks.
Excellent. This is good.
But it's filled with like
Spasms.
protein.
You know, Uruk scalp protein.
Yeah, that heals 11 points.
Oh, that was the best I've ever had in my life, my friend. I knew I may be chosen, but you're good.
Dandruff scalp protein.
Gross.
11. Okay.
And then I will drink. Keep a little flask of grog, and I'll swig that. Can I heal myself a bit?
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, 11 points. Back up in it.
Can we run to the restroom?
I was actually going to say, as you guys are taking this moment to heal yourselves up and prepare yourselves for whatever point of entry to this apparently unaware group of sleeping Uruk traitors are, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to rest up here for a minute. We'll be back here for the second half very soon of our journey deeper into the dark depths of Mordor.
The folks! The folks!
Thank you again, WB Games, for this. We'll come back here with the second half real soon.
Oh my goodness. This is so much fun.
You guys are awesome.